In this short instructional video, I'm going to be showing you how to take a bearing and how to walk on a bearing. You may want to use a bearing if you can't see your end destination. This could happen if the weather is bad or if the feature that you're trying to get to is just out of sight. You can then use the compass bearing to join the dots from your start point to your finish point. To put bearings into context, the top of your map will be lined up with north, the bottom with south, and the same east to the right and west to the left. North being 0 degrees, east being 90 degrees, south would be 180 degrees, and west would be 270 degrees. In this example, we're going to be travelling from Silshane to Mountaineering, which is somewhere between north and east, probably about 45 degrees. If the day was clear, we'd be able to set our maps and head off in that direction using good visibility. If the weather's poor, we can use our compass to measure that angle exactly. So in this example, we want to travel from A to B. We can use our compass to line up those 2 points, and it's important that you're pointing from A to B. Just where my finger is, there's an arrow. That's the direction I'm travelling in. Hold the compass down and turn the dial to line up with the grid lines. So you can see the blue grid line is parallel to the red arrow on the compass dial. There are 3 norths: grid north, which is from the map, true north, which is where the North Pole sits, and magnetic north, which is what controls the needle on our compass. To bring grid north and magnetic north in line, we need to correct using magnetic variation. Magnetic variation changes annually depending on where you are. On the map, there'll be information to explain how to work out magnetic variation for the area that you're in. Look up further information to find out how to work out magnetic variation for your area. In this example, we need to add 5 degrees. Then take your compass on the flat of your hand in the centre of your chest with the direction of travel arrow pointing away from you. Turn your shoulders until the red needle sits on top of the red arrow on your compass. Make sure when you're walking on a bearing that you don't have mobile phones or heavy bunches of keys or any metal objects in your pockets, as this will affect the needle on your compass. Look up and sight features that are along your path. In this situation, we have some tufts of grass ending with a small summit. Sight, put down the compass and walk to the feature you've just sighted. When you get to the feature, sight again, put down the compass and walk to the feature you've sighted. This way, if you can't see your final destination, you can sight and walk, and eventually you will reach your destination by joining the dots. If you need to check that you've stayed on your bearing, turn around and take a back bearing. So point your compass back to your start point and put the white end of the needle on top of the red arrow and see that it points you straight back to where you started. If it doesn't, sidestep to the left or to the right until it does, and that should put you back on line of your bearing. In summary, take your compass and place it onto the map from point A where you're starting to point B where you want to finish. Turn the dial to line up parallel to the grid lines. Add magnetic variation. And then take your compass, flat of your hand, centre of your chest, and turn your shoulders until the red needle sits on top of the red arrow on your compass. Look up and sight features that are along your path. Walk to them. Pick up the compass again and sight the next feature. And repeat until you arrive at your destination. If you need to check that you've stayed on your bearing, turn around and take a back bearing. So point your compass back to your start point and put the white end of the needle on top of the red arrow and see that it points you straight back to where you started.